BSides DC would like to thank all of our sponsors, and a special thank you to all of our speakers, volunteers, and organizers.
Okay, so minimal voice, bear with me, I apologize. First of all, thank you. Thank you for those of you who are still here. Thank you to all of our volunteers, and thank you very, very much to all of our sponsors. I'm going to let Miss Jenny talk to you about Crypt Kids for a couple of minutes, and we will move through the rest of the program.
She's way taller than me. Okay, so Crypt Kids, I could not have pulled off without the help of my work family, Mr. Darcy, Miss Ella, and someone else we're still working on a hacker name for because so far all of them have been shot down as being inappropriate. Trust me, these were really not right. So, and also, I just wanted to say, a couple years ago, Andrew Cole asked to help me some more, and he stepped up the last couple years, took over more. Then he brought his wonderful wife last year, and the two of them have just literally become my right and left hands for Crypt Kids, and it has been so much better because I've had so much more help, and if it wasn't for all my team, this just wouldn't have been as great for the kids. So a huge thank you to them. And we have a black badge winner. Are we announcing it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, because we had an adult black badge, and it went to a young gentleman yesterday, but is he here? I don't think he's here today.
I think he's here today.
No. Okay, he had to go. He had other stuff to do. His name is Elijah Garn, and he, I believe, sat for 4.5 hours. Yeah, 4.5 hours pounding away on this stuff, and really just made a tremendous effort and solved, I think, all of the flags except maybe one, or maybe he finished the last one after I walked out. Just a tremendous effort. Oh, he did? Okay, yep, he got the last one. And Andrew Shoemate, again, did the kids' crypto, which was fantastic and phenomenal. And he actually, huge kudos to him, ran it remote this year with the help of Russ Mosley, who's the father of our keynote, who was amazing, Miss Samantha, who spoke and did a wonderful job. So Crypt Kids is growing by leaps and bounds. And if you haven't noticed or paid attention, every year the kids run a little more themselves. And if you've noticed, my keynotes have all been kids. So I'm really trying to have the kids teach the kids, speak to the kids, and learn from the kids, and really turn it into teaching them how to run their own event. So we're slowly moving in that direction. I think that's all I have for Crypt Kids.
Speaking of crypto, for our crypto contest, Defunct Car Salesman was the team that won, and that was from the book. If any of you saw the book floating around, that was the book. So I don't know, are they here?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So I wanted to say a little something for those who haven't played the contest. When I got here Friday morning, Miss JoJo White was the very first person to get that book from me, and she just smoked her brain. And John, Matt, and Hillary, they formed a great team, and they managed to solve it right after lunch today. I also want to do a little plug. I was very impressed with JoJo. She hung in there. She is not in cybersecurity. If I remember correctly, she actually came up here for a promised job that fell through, and she's selling cars now. She's working on her cybersecurity degree. She's amazing. Please, if anyone's looking to hire someone new in the field or needs someone that's ready and raring and enthusiastic and wants to learn, come talk to this young lady afterwards. I'm sure she'd love to give you her resume or talk to you.
That one.
Yeah, raise your hand, JoJo. She's amazing. You need someone, come find her. She worked so hard, and she's so super, super smart, as are all of them. I do need to say that this year's final challenge was a little interesting. I let my 15-year-old daughter write it, and they will all tell you it was not easy. and it's not anything they've ever seen before. Hopefully they'll never have to see it again. But I think it was just the right amount of challenging that it made you work for it, right? So a huge round of applause to the defunct car salesman. Congratulations. Oh, wait. Can I give them, did you each get a set?
You do that. Wasabi, can you please come on up?
Go Wasabi.
Wasabi's going to tell you about the winners for the new RFHS, or Wireless Village.
So, Rick had to drive to a job, so I was left unattended. So I am Wasabi with the RF Hacker Sanctuary. Every year we put on an awesome wireless capture to flag. We have lots of teams that come in and try their mettle, and sometimes they challenge us as much as we challenge them. This year, Blunderbuss came out on top and beat the Majestic 12, who has been pretty steady at coming in and blowing things out of the water. And then third place was the Emoji team. So, things were tight until the very end. Our scoreboard goes black at 30 minutes till, so nobody knows what's going on. And then we do the King of the Hill points while they don't know. So they actually see a final tally from normal CTF, and then the King of the Hill points kick in, so when the page refreshes, either you're really happy or you're really sad, because you could have just went from first place to third. So, after all that, we got some blunderbusses here. I recognize some beards and some faces. All right, cool beans. Come on up. They have been going after this for many competitions, and they have come up with some weird and interesting contraptions, and they did a really good job this year. Thank you, gentlemen.
And I believe the last one is the IoT. First,
I put on my robe and wizard hat.
First place went to Meat Bunny. Second is Nop Researcher, and third is Blood Ninja. Would Meat Bunny please come forward and get his black badge? Please don't fall off. Okay. Shh. Hacktoberfest party. Thank you for everybody who went. Thank you to Veros for sponsoring. It was literally Iron Horse's last night. A lot of their art and wall art is gone. So we appreciate their support over the last 7 years, and thank you guys for being such good patrons to them last night. We had a great time with the I Am the Cavalry yesterday. There was a lot of good conversation, and I look forward to expanding upon some of that next year. Thank you. Excuse the 4-year-old in the back. From what I got to see, the Milk and Cookies party, or Relaxicon as we call it, was going very well when we left. So I hope everybody had fun with that, and the board games were going strong. I noticed a table of our very first group of kids that were at the very first Milk and Cookies party, busy playing a board game, so that was fun to see. Just a minute, Charlotte. Sponsors. We couldn't do this without the sponsors and you guys as attendees. So one more time, I'm going to flip through the sponsors list. There's our Engage the Audience sponsors, our Above and Beyond sponsors, continued over time, our core supporters, and of course, everybody else that helps us with everything we do within the event over the weekend. Final attendance. Are there, are there any guesses as to where we ended up?
9,000.
No.
1,776.
Nope. 2043. So that's pretty much in touch with where we were last year. So we'll see where we end up over the next couple of years. And finally, the team. Thanks very much to these folks for all their hard work over the weekend. Thanks to Jack for his support over the last few years. We couldn't do this without him kind of kicking it off for us and letting Mark and Bill run with it that first year. So with that, see you guys next year. Those are our dates.